was already doing. Here's our political correspondent, Helen Catt.
Sir Keir Starmer used his speech to look beyond the extraordinary circumstances of the pandemic, which he said had shifted the axis on what people wanted from government. He said the upcoming budget on March the 3rd would be a fork in the road and ruled out a return to business as usual. He accused successive Conservative governments of having created an economy rooted in insecurity and inequality. Labour, he said, would continue with greater government intervention in the economy that would make business pivotal. He unveiled what he described as a bold and innovative policy of British recovery bonds, where those people who have been able to save during the pandemic could do so while generating money for long-term investment in infrastructure. He also pledged to help create 100,000 new small businesses by boosting funding for start-up loans focused outside London and the South East.
Teaching unions are talking to the government about the logistics for mass coronavirus testing to allow schools to reopen in England next month. The Association of School and College Leaders said secondary pupils might have to return in a staggered as it would be difficult to test them all on the same day. The Health Minister, Helen Whately, said more details would be set out next week, but she refused to respond to reports that parents would be asked to carry out twice-weekly tests at home. The Australian Prime Minister, Scott Morrison, has said he will not be intimidated by Facebook after it blocked news content to users in the country. The social media company says it's restoring access to posts from emergency services after they were inadvertently included in the blackouts, which was prompted by an escalating dispute with the government. Our Australian correspondent Shaina Khalil reports from Sydney.
The Prime Minister, Scott Morrison, described the move to unfriend Australia as arrogant and disappointing. The government is standing by a law which will force digital companies like Facebook to pay for news content.